Hey friend, welcome. I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, and that means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, and I sell them online, hopefully for a profit. I have 4 items that are shipping out today, which is Tuesday, February something, 20th something-ish. These are items that sold yesterday on Monday, and the first item sold on Poshmark. I have a gross sales amount of $73.30 rather. And you want to stick around to the end. I'll share with you my total profit for the day. So this is a pair of scrub pants. They are, well, actually, I think the pants are different than the top. And I don't know that, yeah, I might have messed that up. Anyway, Cherokee Infinity is the brand. These are not. These are, say, Code Happy, which I think is Wonder Wink. I'm not really sure. Shoot. Okay, well, I took pictures of all the tags, I'm pretty sure. I think I will go double check, but definitely listed this as Cherokee Infinity. So I am going to need to do a quick lint roll because it's a mess, and I'll tell you all about the sell-through rate. So the sell-through rate and the average sell price I look up on Terapeak, and I just do that by going into my eBay store, my seller hub, and across the top there's a little tab that says research. I click on it, and under the drop down menu there it says Terapeak product research, and I just click on that, and then I type in whatever it is that I'm going to type in. So I typed in Cherokee Infinity scrub set, and then it pulls up all the sold results for the last 90 days, which is what eBay keeps track of, is the last 90 days. So it told me that Cherokee Infinity scrub sets have an average sale price of $25.37 and a 44% sell-through rate, which for scrubs is actually really good. I like to sell scrubs because they're pretty easy. There's not many. I'm really particular about what scrubs I do actually get. But Cherokee Infinity is one that if I can find them for a very low cost of goods, I will buy them to resell. So, again, I'm gonna have to double check that I did that correctly on these pants. But I sold these for $20 on Poshmark. They are an extra small. And there were, you know, it seems like there's always a lot of extra smalls listed and not very many sold. So I did not, you can filter your search results on Terapeak, and I didn't filter it by a size or anything. So, okay. Mine sold for $20 on Poshmark. I bought them at my favorite thrift store, which has kind of a perpetual bag sale. So my average cost of goods the day that I bought these was 88 cents. Crazy to me. I am very grateful that I have low cost sourcing opportunities near me, which is great. My profit is $5.12, and I feel like I'm moving so slow. Hopefully I'm not moving so slow. So another thing that I'm gonna have to lint roll. It's gonna be the theme of the day, unfortunately. Thankfully nothing is a sweater, so it won't take very long. But because man, lint rolling sweaters is the worst. All right, this is LL Bean. These are just some capri cargo pants. They have an average sale price of $12.45, which is not very much, and a 7% sell-through rate, which again is not very much. These sold for $12, which is, you know, exactly probably where they should have sold. Would I have liked to have sold them for more? Of course. My goal for a profit is $15 per item. Obviously, when I'm selling things for $12, my profit is not going to be $15. So that's okay. Sometimes it's all right to not hit your goal, and sometimes averages help, and sometimes I'm just okay with you know, $9 profit I had on this one. My cost of goods was very low, just $1 at a local-ish thrift store that also has very low cost of goods. Ooh, it's trash day. You hear them picking up my trash. I'm not entirely sure what you can hear through my garage door. So when you search on eBay, if you are out, so when I'm outsourcing, what I do is I search for sell-through rate on eBay on my app. And I just pull up the app and I would search something like LL Bean capri cargo pants. And then I look at how many are listed, and then I filter through sold. Sometimes I will add filters like used. I might add the color. I might add the size, depending. And then I filter to sold, and I see how many items have been sold. And then you can, you know, take out your calculator and do some calculations, which is what I do. Actually, I don't take out my calculator, just kind of roughly do it in my head. But I calculate the amount, I take the amount that is sold, and I divide it by the amount of items that are sold and listed. Because the sold ones were also listed. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I would love to show you. It might be easier to show you, but unfortunately, you're on my phone. And I didn't think to grab one of my daughter's phones to show you this morning. All right, I am using, very painstakingly, a recycled poly mailer today. I just do that for environmental purposes. Did I finish telling you? Bought it for $1. My profit's $9.70. So good stuff there. This is, oh, I forgot to do that. Okay. This is also going to need lint rolled. It's just, we're going to call it the lint rolling video. I don't know, we're not going to call it that. Okay, this is just a little pencil skirt, very classic. It's navy blue. It's Talbot's. That is a vintage tag. And it's made in the US. And it's wool, which is really good. It's lined. It's a really nice skirt. It has an average sale price of $18.48. I hit them out of the park, you know. What was I gonna tell you? Oh, sell-through rate is 16%, which is not ideal. When I'm shopping, I shoot for about 25%, but clearly I don't always do that. There are some brands that if my cost of goods is low enough, and I think the item is nice enough, like a wool skirt from Talbot's, I just buy. My cost of goods was $2, so pretty pretty cheap overall. This sold for $15 plus shipping on eBay. So the buyer paid a total of $21.80, which for a skirt this nice is a really good deal. They got a good deal and I made some money, so it's good all around. Took 11 months to sell, which is not great. I don't think I told you how long the others took to sell. Those LL Bean pants were, it was only like a month or something. It was not long. $10.28 is my profit on this. And let's see. It's like a weird mailer to use, but, and actually 12 ounces. I just have a food scale, which is not ideal. You should get a postal scale if you're buying one. But I already had the food scale and it has worked fairly well for me. So until I need to buy a new one, I'm just gonna let that work for me. But I would suggest if you're like, oh, I need to go buy a scale, buy a postal scale. And I gave you all the information on that. It's just riveting today, isn't it? I am on it. Oh, goodness. All right, I'm just covering up some random things with thank you stickers. All right, and oh, this is kind of cool. This, let's see, I bought, actually, I feel like 3 days in a row I've talked about my accidental thrifting, and this is an accidental thrifting day. So the accidental thrifting turned out to be a good deal. So anyway, this is a vintage belt. It's really cool. Look at that. And then there's no like anything on it. It says 38 written in marker, which isn't great. But like the holes look pretty good. They're not trashed. I mean, they're obviously worn, but they're not trashed. But look how cool that is on there. And then the buckle says it's solid brass. I just thought it was so cool. It's $2. I like belts. They don't take up much space when I store them, and I don't think that they take very long to list or take pictures of. I have a system for shipping them, so just in general, I think they're pretty easy, and you can usually find them for fairly cheap. I actually, at that accidental thrifting, I actually bought a lot of belts. I think like 8. A couple of them were $2. A few of them were $4, but the $4 ones were like pristine. Tommy Bahama, there was a Carhartt, there was a Cabela's that was new with tags, like name brand things. But anyway, this vintage one was super cool. It was listed for 10 days. So the average sale price on a vintage leather belt with a brass buckle was $28.17. Now, I listed mine for $30. I did not sell it for $30 because somebody asked if I would take $15, and I would rather have $15 now than maybe not sell this later. The sell-through rate was only 18% on a belt with those specifics. As I was looking through, on Terapeak, you can kind of scroll down and see which items have sold and how much they've sold for. There were 2 or 3 like $300 belts that had sold, but most everything else was within the $10 to $20 range, and so I felt like $15 was right, probably where I should be. Yeah, so this buyer actually asked me a question about it. I answered the question, and then they said, oh, would you take $15? And I said, sure, go ahead and send me the offer. They said they weren't able to send me the offer for some reason. I didn't have an option to send them an offer for some reason. And I was like, I'll just go in and change the price. Well, I went in to change the price and it wouldn't let me change the price. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I just, on my phone, I was like, revise the listing. But then when I went to like save the revision, it was saying that I needed to change other things, but because there were offers out on it, what it said I needed to change was locked and I couldn't change that. Anyway, it was a mess. So last night I was like, I'm going to try it on my computer. And so I went on my computer, changed the price to $15. Messaged her and said I was finally able to figure it out. It's changed to $15. I'll leave it there for the rest of the day. Because I put a sale on my store early this morning. Anyway, all of that to say, I sold a belt for $15. My profit is $11.30. My total profit yesterday was $46.40, which is, lower than where I would like to be, but money is money and I will take it. I'm going to put this in a box that I forgot to get ready. I will just use, I'll just show you. I buy these 8x6x4 boxes on eBay. They're even eBay branded, which is fun. I buy them with my shipping supply coupon that you get when you have a store. So yeah, you get those quarterly. Make sure you check that out if you have one. It's under store and subscriber discounts, I believe, in the tabs in your seller hub. So it's pretty easy once you just find store. Subscriber discounts is in the drop down menu, and then it kind of just talks you through how to use that. It takes you directly to the store that you can shop from, and I usually end up paying, I think, $2 after my coupon for my box of, I think it's 25 boxes. So I think that's pretty good. I will use some like padding, probably some air bubbles that, come in all the Amazon packages to keep this from bumping around in the box. And then they'll go on my porch for my mail carrier to pick up. I am done blabbing. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you leave a comment. Do I have a question today? Do I have a question today? Here's my question. Do you have a favorite lint roller? Because I hate mine. And I would like lint rollers that actually work. That would be delightful. So if you have a lint roller suggestion, would you please leave it for me? That would be great. Anyway, like, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you soon.